Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shari. Listen, we're gonna jump right into it, but I want you guys to get comfortable. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, your orange juice, or your apple juice, and I'm going to be right back with y'all. All right, let's go. All right, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl Shar. Y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Y'all make it do what it do, what it do, what it do. And remember to speak when you walk on in the chat because ain't nobody sleep with you last night. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X, and even now Patreon at Shar's Reality number 6. If you haven't had a chance to follow any of my backup pages on all platforms, please do at Shar's Reality Family. This is not a chat for children, so if you are a child, I'm sorry, you got to exit stage left. Hello to all my newcomers, flip-floppers, and day ones. What's up? And lottie-dottie to everybody. Hey, y'all. It's been forever. What's up? Reno. What's up? Veronica, Tracy, Gwendolyn, Jazzy J. Hey, y'all. I missed y'all. Thanks for coming to chill out with me for a minute because y'all know I had to come, but also prep myself. DV is never easy for me to discuss, and I'm really hurt by it. Not that I'm surprised because it's Martell Hope, but I'm definitely hurt, because I thought we was past this little part. Like, Martell, what is the issue? What is really going on with you? But hello to everybody. I hope you guys are getting ready for the weekend because I am. I'll be waiting for my little 2 days off, okay? Hey, Robin, what's up? It's been a minute. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm getting ready for the weekend because I'll be looking forward to my weekend. I was recently in Jacksonville, Florida for my son's game. They played Florida. I'm probably saying the wrong name. I think it's Florida University. Okay, I don't even know if that's a thing, but I think that's who they played. So I went down to be a part of that game. They got whipped on. Okay, I think it was like 56-0. But I was able to be a part of the experience, and I went by myself. So I was extremely bored. Nobody to talk to. But I went and came back the next day and stayed overnight there. So it was interesting. Okay. So y'all know this is like a busy season for me with the kids doing their football thing. So we'll see how it go and what's next on the itinerary. Okay. Miss you as well. Love you, lady. Right back at you. Right back at you. Yeah, it's been a minute. And I be having to like, you guys know I'm working most of the time when I take a minute to go live. And sometimes I just have to prep myself. Shout out to the content creators that be like, Shari, you just gotta do it. You just gotta push. Cause baby, I don't want to push sometimes. I be over there on Instagram chilling because you know it's easier just to post and go over there. You ain't really gotta engage. But baby, over here, you got to get down and dirty. Then if you start getting views, people be mad as hell. Child, they be clicking up, ready to fight in the internet time, okay? It be too much. It be too much. But I'm here. I'm going to try to stick it out as long as I can. And we shall see. And plus, your girl got a birthday on the 27th. So I'm preparing for that, okay? I'm preparing for that. I always get excited. And I always tell God, I am so undeserving of another year. Like I really genuinely, like I don't feel like I deserve all God has done for me. Okay. So I always have that hard emotional time on my birthday. Like, dang, God, you really brought me this far. I don't care how many struggles I have. I always have that, dang, God, you did all this for me. So that's what I'm starting to feel before the 27th even get here. It's just that emotional piece. Like I am so undeserving of his grace and his mercy. But I am so happy that he wanted to extend it to me. Okay, little old Shar, right? I know I am setting a live up over on Shari's Reality Family to talk about why you do not create, or while it has been, or how it can get sticky situation for creating friends on YouTube. So I didn't post that for no reason over there. I am preparing for that live. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to do it, but it will be before the week is out. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that in there. So let's get to it, guys. So I'm scrolling through TikTok the other day, and I usually just stays in Mel Bush's no matter what, because I'm learning something, right? Anybody that's selling products on TikTok, and how they do it, I'm so engaged, right? Mel just happened to be somebody that we follow and we all could learn a thing or two from, right? So I'm scrolling on TikTok and I happen to hit her live, which I normally do. That's nothing new for me. Okay. Now remember, I've been out of the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector and link. And group. I even unfollow every cast member of the Love and Marriage Huntsville because I just didn't want those notifications, right? It gets really sticky and crazy sometimes. So I said, if I got to jump in, I'll jump in at my own expense, and that will be it, right? So am I coming through loud and clear, guys? I know I talk loud in general, and I don't have my mic, so let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear before I get into this. I don't want to be talking and you guys can't hear you. Her live was okay. I'm coming through loud and clear. Thank you so much, Veronica. Yeah, it definitely was eye-opening. I got a chance to jump into Carmel Rell's live yesterday, and I like the way she put it. And people be like, y'all too invested in these people. Y'all be in these people business. It's how could you not be invested as a woman? Like, how could you not be invested when a blind man can see what Martell is doing? I tell y'all all the time, take Melody off the table. Just take him as the man and how manipulative and conniving he is, right? That alone, it just, y'all listen. I don't get the y'all too invested in these people's life. What does that mean when you're talking about a domestic violence situation? That is so weird. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? That is so weird, guys. So anyway, it was eye-opening. It was hurtful for anybody that have a heart. Okay. And I always tell you guys, my parents are long gone. But I remember when my first divorce happened, my mom, I feel like this is my theory, right? And this is why I feel for Mama Van, right? And I my heart goes out to parents in general because my parents are gone and they just, I love parents, right? So anyway, oftentimes I remember, so Mama Van, my heart goes out to Mama Van because I remember when I went through my first divorce, I walked, right? I drive, right? But I left my car and walked home to my mom, right? Now, I didn't live around the corner from the courthouse, but I was so upset. And my cry was so ugly. Now, my mama was a woman of few words. She barely said anything. And I didn't think that she was going to pass either, because the doctor always said she wasn't going to be here long. So I'm just thinking, yeah, right? However, now that I look back on it, I say God left her here personally for me. Now, I'm a daughter of 8 children, right? So I'm going to personalize this thing and say God left her here for me. So I remember leaving the courthouse because my ex had brought his now wife into the courtroom, right? And they were taunting me in the back of the courtroom. And I can hear them so loudly saying, oh, she thinks she this. And I was young then, right? Red hair probably was the thing then. I don't know. But I can hear them like, it was like an echo in my ear. And they were saying, look at her with that red hair. And they were giggling. And my ex was like egging it on, right? And I was just so mad. Like I was just like, and I remember them calling us up to the, I'm gonna say podium, but y'all know, like the witness stand, okay? Whatever that's called. And when they called us up there, we get up there, but I can still hear her chattering in the back. Nobody's stopping him. But I remember the judge like looking and flipping over the paperwork, and he said, are you okay? Because at this point I'm shaking. And he said, are you okay? And I'm like, no, but I'm there by myself. I'm not with anybody. I know that I filed for this divorce. I know I definitely wanted it, but it was starting to hit me emotionally, right? Hey, Cheryl, how are you? And welcome to the chat. So it was starting to hit me like emotional. So my legs are shaking by the time I got to this podium. I know it's a different word for it, but we're going to talk in Shari's language today. Okay. So I remember like I'm shaking and the judge is like, are you okay? And I'm thinking the judge is not paying any attention to me. He's flipping through the paperwork. He's looking at some things that was, presented. And he says, do you have anybody here with you? And I'm like, no, I came by myself. Right. And I remember him taking a recess so that I can call somebody to be with me. And he called me to the front, like where the judge thing at. And I went up to the front and he says, listen to me. I never want you to pick somebody like this ever again. And I just bust out crying even more. Right. So you don't get judges like that who genuinely care most of the time. But I was so hurt. I was so broken, although I was the one who filed for the divorce. And I was just like, no, like I'm hurt. Like, how could you bring her here knowing, she part of this reason why we out? Like, it hurted, right? So we got outside the courtroom and I started ragtagging this nigga. I started like getting him, right? Because now I got a little strength. The judge then gave me a little strength. My brother on his way. Like, I'm feeling like a little, I'm feeling like I'm about to be that girl, right? So we get outside the courtroom and we like in a waiting area. And he's still like, and matter of fact, this part happened after the court time, because I remember her leaving at some point and some guy was like the hype man. And I was saying to him, like, nigga, tell them niggas how I brought all that stuff you got on. Like, I was just going off, right? So the guy was like, oh man, she brought that stuff you got on. Oh, who Jordans is that? Like, the guy was trolling and he was getting upset. And by him getting upset, he went and called the sheriffs on me, right? And by him calling the sheriffs on me, I couldn't believe that he really called the sheriffs on me. You mean to tell me we got all these kids together and you gonna go get some sheriffs on me? And baby, they made me leave. I was hot. You hear me? So I stormed out forgetting that I drove because I was so upset because I couldn't believe this is what he did to me. So when I hear this story about Melanie and Martell and how he just taunting and trying to, do all this stuff with Arionne, this is like the first thing that my mind went back to. So when I say I had to prep myself emotionally to come on here and talk about this, I had to prep myself emotionally because my mind went back. Not that I'm still in that space, but I could remember feeling like I'm the mother of your children, right? I like, how you gonna do me like that? What's up with the what's up, right? So I remember feeling so alone. And I got home to my mama and I said to my mom, I was crying. I couldn't breathe. I was just on some type of like I was breathing real hard. And my mom was still in the room. And I said to her, I said, Mom, could you believe that he did this to me? And my mascara and everything is running down my face. And she said, it's all right. It's all right. God don't like ugly. And my mama never say anything, right? And I just remember those words as a mother to watch your child. Now, I didn't know my mama was going to pass in a few weeks later, right? Or a few months later. I didn't know that. But as your child, watching your child go through something that you have no control over and you can't help her, that's why my heart goes out to Mama Van, right? Hey, Karen, how are you? Hey, Patricia T, what's up? So my heart goes out to Mama Van because as a mother, like, how do you watch your child and get it? Mama Van is seeing Melody when she's all broken and hurt and emotional. We're seeing her kind of well put together, right? We're not seeing the behind the scenes. So we can only imagine what it is for Mama Van to watch her child go through all of this 5 years after the divorce. That is insane. You hear me? That is crazy. Hence to why I never get on here and exactly share. I might tell y'all something that I'm doing that's not going to allow somebody to pop up on me, but I'm not exactly sharing everything about me. And part of that is because I have to still live in a bubble of safety, okay? And I know somewhere somebody is listening. They ain't supposed to be listening to me, right? Hey, Mama Bees. Hey, Cece, what's up? I agree. I know Mama Van's heart breaks for her baby and grands. Yes, going through this mess over and over. Yes, and it should be over with. So anyway, I'm listening to Mel. I know I'm ranting a little bit and telling y'all a little bit of my business, just a little bit. But that's old news. So I can tell y'all now, and I'm healed and delivered, okay? So that's old news. That's just a part of my testimony at this point, right? So anyway, I understand what she's going through, but I'm listening to Melody tell this story and how Arionne waited for her opportunity to basically jump bad, okay? It's always one. I told y'all she was calling me a redhead in the back of the courtroom. It's always one. Who wears red hair? Me, I do, okay? So with that being said, he thinks Mel is his possession. Yes, he does. He thinks he owns her. I'm telling y'all, I was just telling another content creator over a brief conversation that we were having. I said, this situation reminds me so much of something that I've been through. I had to literally step back and take myself out of it. I'm telling y'all, Martell is the prime, like he is the exact same as the individual, right? That I used to date. Like nothing about this situation is different. And then I hate for somebody, like you get them dumb biddies in the chat, right? The dumb, stupid, delayed biddies in the chat. Like, oh, she must be doing something to him to act like that. You don't have to do anything to anybody to let them be a fool, okay? For them to act out, for them to manipulate you, for them to be condescending, for them to act like they ain't got the dang going pow pow and about to take your big toe off. You don't have to do anything to them for them to do this. They will find every which way, okay, to taunt you. And especially if you look like you're moving on. What? They pull up at your house. They show up at your house on vacation when you ain't there. They go get somebody else to stalk your page, hack your page. They will do anything they can to have their way and feel like they still have some sense of control. Remember, A-beers, okay, they usually act out when they're losing a grip of control. They don't just act out just to act out. It's only when they feel like you aren't under their thumb no more. Melody not only moved on, she elevated. After she elevated, she continued to grow. After she grew, God increased her physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. God increased her. To an A-beer, that is like smacking them across the forehead and making them leak, because it's like, oh, how could she grow? How could she increase? How could God just increase her bank account like that? You watch what I do. That's how that go when you're talking about an A-beer. They do not stop, nor do they need a reason to stop, because we might be seeing a white chalkboard and all they seeing is gray. Okay? They don't see what we see in a natural sense. They are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Do you understand me? Do you hear me? Okay? Hey, Keisha, what's up? They were trying to set her up so she could lose everything. Yes, and I'm going to jump all over the place, y'all, because I'm remembering as y'all typing. But y'all just stay with me, okay? Because I don't have any notes. I'm freestyling it, okay? I can just remember. So when Melody's saying that Everything was cool, calm, and collective. He walked in the courtroom with his little side chick, now supposed to be girlfriend. Okay. She was like, that didn't bother me. None of it bothered me. Only thing really bothered me was the constant disrespect that she distributed throughout the years. And I had to really text some people to speak some life into me, because in my natural sense, outside of my person that got sense, I just wanted all the smoke. Not because of the ping you involved with, but because you said a lot of foul things behind my back. Like, you really thought you was that. You really thought like you was going to really get that off. And because I haven't had an opportunity to see you out in the public space, oh, we're here now, what do I do? So I definitely understand that. But you got to think rational, because people that don't got nothing to lose don't mind making people that got something to lose that right? That's what you got to be careful for. So yeah, it's just one of those things, like, she got and then people like, why you still worried about him after all these years? Did y'all hear what she said? This is the first time she saw the girl after all these years. She hasn't really saw her around. And now that she has an opportunity to see them, or her rather, it's like, should I smack this hoe or should I keep it gracefully? Okay. So that's what's really going on. So I think the internet is just like be making stuff up in their head. I really be like, what the hell are y'all talking about exactly? Okay. So Melody goes on to say, when she walked in the courtroom, you know, this young lady was, or the baby mom, or whoever she is to him, I don't know anymore. Whoever she want to be is who she going to be, okay? And, you know, it was, what should I do? Wrapped it up. Martell gets offered the plea deal that she agreed to. Originally, there was no deal. According to Melody's live, she's saying originally there was no deal. I did not agree to a deal. Although I was asked on multiple occasions, I was still like, hell to the mother effing no. Okay? So she says originally there was no deal. But after a while, they explained to her what it is to take the DV part of the harassment off. And she was like, okay, cool, which is the reason why he was offered the plea deal in the first place. And he pleaded guilty to it. Now, what that come along with, he's saying is $300. I don't know what Melody's saying, because that was an important part of the live that I was listening to. So I don't know what the end result of that was. But you still have a record, okay? This is still something that you did. You pled guilty to. You still did it. And we go looking for it. It's public record. It's going to pop up under your name. Okay, so you didn't get away with it, nor did she allow you to slip between the cracks. What she said was, I'm holding your A accountable. I've already got the bench warrant put out for you. A warrant for your arrest put out for you. I already showed you what the hell I was working with, sucker. You know what I mean? She's already said that. Thank you so much, Mama Bees. She's already said that. I missed something. Somebody's daughter. Sorry, I can't speak individual to everyone. Drive to my daughter home. I hope she has a speedy recovery. Prayers up. So, you know, with that being said, they get on the elevator. Melody has Jason with her. Those of you who don't know, Jason is Melody's security guard. There's nothing between them, okay? I think Melody has big girl panties enough to say whether he bumping her or not, okay? I feel like she don't owe Martell enough to sugarcoat that thing. If he was licky, touchy, filly, I think she would say that, okay? But the fact that she didn't say it, she don't owe Martell anything. That's another thing I want us to realize, okay? If he was her security, and I think the man is married, to be honest, but I could be wrong. I think the man is married. With that being said, I can't see her as causing somebody the same hurt that Martell has caused her. I just don't see it. Not that she's a perfect being, but I just don't see that. As a woman, I can never cause nobody the hurt that I have experienced in some of my relationships. You know what I mean? I don't see that. But I also don't see her hiding the fact that she was with Jason, okay? If she was with him. Martell, she don't owe you anything, right? In that moment, if she really wanted to make you mad, if there was something going on, why wouldn't she use that opportunity if it was something going on? I don't think that she would have hid that from you. Anyway, her and Jason gets on the elevator. Everybody all squeaky, clean, quiet. Ain't nobody got nothing going. Ain't nobody popping no yak. But when they get off the elevator, there's a whole bunch of sheriffs on the bottom floor. So now everybody want to rat-tat-tat and act tough, okay? Hold me back, Martell. Hold me back, baby, please. Okay? You could have did it in the elevator where it was nothing but just y'all. Y'all could have got it in. You could have got a couple head bobbles going on. You could have got it in. You know what I mean? So I don't get it, right? From a beat down by Mel. Yeah, I think Mel was ready. I think Mel was ready. But it's one of those things. So they get outside the courthouse, and well, before they even got out the courthouse, Melody, she said that Arionne was saying some stuff, and Melody was like, I lost it. I was like, what? Baby, I said, I need the whole recording because I was driving at the time, so I wasn't able to get the whole recording, just clips and pieces of it. But baby, I remember Melody said, I was like, what you want to do? You need to be worried about if your daughter or why your daughter want me to be her mom instead of yours, okay? And when they got outside, Jason basically was like, kind of like holding her, like, not right here, not right here. This is not where we're going to do this at. So, after she calmed down and she said, okay, you right. She said that Martell and them walked off and she thought that they were going to pull off, but they didn't. Instead, they pulled the block. Now, I don't know about they spin the block. Sorry, guys. I don't know about nobody else, but I will never allow my nigga to spin the block. Ain't going to happen. No way, no ham, no turkey, or no bacon, because I'm going to have questions now. Why you put that much energy into somebody you hate so much? What's your issue, right? But the fact that she was on the passenger seat and he was driving and you allowed him to roll down his window, talk trash to her about her hair and her face that he clearly looking all the hell in, okay, blows my mind. It blows my mind. So you thought that was a flex that you was on the passenger side while he told his ex-wife? That was not a flex. That was like, girl, do you see me up close and personal? I don't give a about you. I want her right here, my ex-wife, to feel it because I want her to take me back. That's what this was given. Okay. So she, after her and, they got into it. They realized that a guy was holding the phone. Melody said she didn't see it right away, but Jason remembered that the guy was holding the phone. And then, oh, sorry, guys. I think it's Canavis. He realized that Martell was just at a space where he saw them at, and that same individual was there when they all linked up later on that day. Because Melody says, I needed a woo side after that. I had to call my folks, right? So we can all kiki and get over this, right? Call some people that's going to pour in your life. So when they had that fellowship, they were able to share notes, and they realized that the young man that was there was also out with Martell and them that same night. So it was a plot and a plan to me. That's what it sounded like. Why act like you on your phone? Why act like you on your phone? And when you really was there to record and you wanted me to jump bad so that you can have a full recording. But you got to be quicker than God. You got to be quicker than God. Hey, Joyce. How are you, boo? Welcome to the chat. I like that green lighting up the chat. Yes. But you got to be quicker to God, because here's the thing. When we all off a whack, as long as we are good and faithful servants, God will make sure that somebody else will have our back. And Jason was Mel's at the time. Jason was able to hold her and say no, because Melody had already lost it at this point, okay? So if she would have lost it a little bit longer and Jason wasn't there to intervene, they would have had something to show on camera. Okay, she's not denying that she was ready. She's not denying that she wanted all the smoke. She's not saying that she was perfect. What she said was, I'm tired of you playing with me because I ain't see you in traffic and I see you now. I want it, right? We got to get it in. She never denied that. So I don't know what all she's trying to act like she's perfect and everybody keep giving her passes. She never said that, because it's a lot of pieces of this story she could have left out had she's been painting this perfect story. Okay. Shaquanda, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, forgive me and charge it to my head and not my heart. I love you the long way. So, it's just one of those things, like, it got real crazy. So we're going to listen to Mel tell the story about Martell pulling the pow-pow out on her. Yeah, guys, this is bad. He was, pouncing on her, pulling the pow-pow out on her. We're going to listen to him. I would play it on the screen, but I don't know how to get it on my screen, even if I update it. I don't know. But anyway, I'll just let you guys listen to it. You guys can do what you want to do with it. But even Martell yelling out the window, talking about fix your face, fix your hair. The two of you, why is you worried about her with another dude that she's clearly not with when you with your lady? That is weird as hell to me. Okay. Weird. I'm just saying it's weird. Let me see. That's White. What's up? Welcome to the chat. All my little OG in the building. What's up? So, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. And hold on. First of all, I need to make sure that all of my notifications are off because for some reason, every time I'm on live or something, somebody's always calling me. So that's why I'm going to put it on Do Not Disturb so we don't have that kind of problem. Okay. 71 in the chat. Go hit that like button. We about to get into the gritty right now. For those who's just joining, we're talking about Martell threatening Mel with a pow and how he going to do what. All why he got a supposedly girlfriend and he not worried about her. He just confessed on season, episode 1, how he's trying to move forward because he's tired of all this. You clearly not. You clearly not tired yet, okay? I'm here, and you don't. You clearly not tired yet. I guess Dr. Heavily is speaking on Mel and Martell's situation. I'll have to come back to that because I didn't hear it. What did it say? I never pounced on her. You continue to lie. If you need to get back on Love and Marriage Huntsville, just say that. Missing these checks while taking care of your married boyfriend / security and his wife. This is Martell, guys. It just popped up when I was trying to look for the stuff. So Martell is saying, this is him. Right now, this is what, let me screenshot it for you. And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Hold on. But it says, I never punched on her. You continue to lie. If you need to get back on Love and Marriage Huntsville, just say that. Missing these checks while taking care of your married boyfriend / security and his wife. Now, first of all, Martell, let's just address this real fast, okay? She left Love and Marriage Huntsville. I had never seen a space where somebody leaves and they want to come back. Usually you got to be fired and you'll be offered a job back and then you'll be like, yeah, I'm going to take it back because you mad as hell you lost your job. But in her situation, she left Love and Marriage Huntsville. She wasn't checking for the checks. She made sure she was established enough before she left. She don't need to come back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's a blind person could see that. It's the nerve for me. That boy needs to stop gassing Courthouse up for press charges. Courthouse doesn't have a case, and if she thinks of her lives threatened, Mel won't resurface and has another thing coming. Child. Well, who gonna pay the lawyer fees? Because Martell says he paid for her to go to school. So I'm just trying to see who's going to pay the lawyer fees. But that's what Martell is saying as of right now, even though we're not talking about that. As of right now, he's saying that Melody is messing with, and that's again, you got a whole girlfriend. You pitting her through school. You ready to settle down. Why are you worrying about who Mel is opening her legs to? That is wild work to me. I'm sorry, it is. It's just weird to me. Okay? It's very, very weird. Very weird. Let me get y'all what I came here to give y'all. Hold on. Cause I'm just like, what is the problem? I'll be mad as hell if my dude was talking about somebody else poon and who they was giving it to and we supposed to be together. Why is that any of your concern? That'd be all of my reasons to get the hell up out of here and never ever go checking for a Martell ever again. That's just so weird to me. Very, very weird. Let me see. All right, so we're gonna listen to them talk about it. Hold on. Why they don't got no sound? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I turned it down. I'm sorry. How
you doing? Fix your face, fix your hair at the same time. Don't look at me like that. It's over with him. Who are you? It's over with him. Both y'all. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were. Who are you talking to?
That's me.
Who are you talking to?
No, I said it's over with now.
Both of y'all. Who is both of y'all?
You and your man, Jason. You and your man, your boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Jason, your boyfriend.
We ain't even saying nothing to each other. We're not talking. We ain't saying nothing at all. Nothing. Then this hoe starts talking again, not to me, but loud enough while so her laughing, whatever, can laugh. Childish, immature. You can't tell me that I'm younger than that dude. I mean, it's so immature. So she needs to be worried about why her daughter says she wishes I was her mother. Seemed like she had some bigger fish to fry. That's what I said loudly for her to hear that, since she was still.
All right. Now, I know it's a whole lot of longer edits going around. I'm not going to play it here because I feel like it's been out for about a day or so. So you guys can catch it on another platform if you want to hear the whole thing in its entirety. But I do want to get to the Pow Pow situation. They want Mel back on that show so bad. I pray she gets full custody and puts his A on child support. Yeah, she got to start hitting him where it hurt. But she said gloves off. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where we just have to wait and see. But we've all learned all this time that Mel moves at her own pace. You know what I mean? So at her own speed. So she's going to do it according to. Sorry, guys. She's going to move according to what she, how she feel and what she feel like giving the time and energy for. So child support for him, that might be the only thing. I don't know. Jail ain't stopped him. None of that stuff stopped him. So I'm just trying to figure out what is it that he, like, what will stop him from being like this? I really, 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 really want to know. What will stop him from being like this? Okay. I want to know. Let's jump into the Pow Pow situation. Guys, hit the like button.
Hey, it's your girl, Millie.
Oh, wait. That's Millie. Hold on. Hi, Millie. How are you? But that's not the one I wanted to play. Hold on. Because I had just saved her thing. But hold on.
By the time when you punched me. What about that part? My address got released to the public by way of my children's father. So then I had to do a text. Hey, not sure if you're available or not, but this just happened. Is there any way, I'm afraid, is there any way that you can come to my house, sit out there, like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared, okay? That's how that happened. So in that whack-ass interview, are you sending my address because you sent a police report that had my address on it? But see, what you didn't do is show my report of that same day when you pulled that Pow Pow out on me and said that you would take me out and you already thought about it and decided you would. You ain't show that side of the police report, boo-boo? Because I got it. Y'all been quiet. What about the time when you punched? For a long time. My people have seen it. So for all the women who be on here caping and capping, why don't y'all give them some help? You love them that much. Why don't you do that? Because y'all weak hoes, that's why.
Well,
and if you think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you.
Right.
You want to show the report, the part of the report is, or the video of you recording me after you've done all this stupid shit to me and now I'm on your ass. You want to show that, or you took my money that you weren't supposed to take, and then you want to pick up your phone and record. You want to show that part. You don't want to tell all the other stuff. What about the time when you punched me? What about that part?
What?
Because I still got receipts for that too. So what's up? I am not in any shape, form, or fashion, covering, providing cover, trying to make you this, that, or the other in no shape, form, or fashion for a long time. What about the time whenever we was in Vegas on vacation filming and you threw pillows at me, hitting me in the face with them, but they cut that out. They didn't air that. What about that? The footage is there. Why they didn't air that? Why they didn't air, give me something soft. Why they didn't air this right here? Stay right here. I don't want to hurt your son. Let me get some soft stuff. So I can give them an idea. Why they didn't air that? Because they definitely aired me throwing the glass at your ass. But why they didn't air whenever you in Vegas, whenever we was in there in that room before everybody start running in from the pool. What's going on? What's going on? We standing there in that room and he doing this right here, and this right here, and this right here to me with pills. Why they didn't air that? See what I'm talking about? So don't ask me no more why I'm not going back to shit. Don't ask me. Do not ask me.
Do not answer about that.
Interested in financing my own abuse. Okay? What about the time whenever we was in Vegas?
Now, you guys listen. This is big, okay? Now that's another thing we got to stop doing. Oh, they just need to get back together and work it out for them kids. People do not have to stay in the middle of an abusive situation because they have kids. You need to orchestrate and normalize also walking away from people and things because you have kids. It is not nothing in scripture that says you have to stay unless somebody you physically, mentally, or emotionally because you married. Nobody ever said that or that you have kids. Martell is an unhinged individual. As we can see on TV, he's unhinged. Most people hide their behavior on TV. Martell does it publicly. So we can only imagine what she had to endure privately, okay? And for anybody that want to, oh, y'all should just get back, stop that. Because you want to stay with your loser. Then you go be with your loser. But as far as you trying to picture or put or subject, what you got going on for somebody else or be an advocate for somebody else. Don't do that. People walk at their own speed. People run at their own speed. People jog at their own speed. People do not have to sit and allow somebody to take advantage of them, use them up. That lady that has helped him physically, emotionally, financially, so many things. That nigga would have been behind bars had it not been for Mel. Okay? And because she helped you out, that's why you should have had more of enough respect. If you was going to cheat, even though you shouldn't have been cheating, if just strap the hell up. You ain't know what you was going to bring that girl back. You was just running out here raw dogging it, okay? You ain't not only was sleeping with Arionne, you was sleeping with more than that, according to reports, okay? So you had more than one girl because you thought your didn't stink. You thought that she wasn't going to eventually pick up her stuff and say no more. Then you thought by getting her pregnant, oh, that must be a reason why she going to stay, or she must going to stay because we got a baby together. I can't see her leaving. And she showed your age just exactly what she meant. And she stood on business with you. It doesn't matter how hard that looked as being as a single parent with a newborn. She made it look easy, okay? So that's why you're really mad. And I'm so tired of these bigger platforms getting up here, giving this nigga somewhere to vent at with his lies. Stop opening your door for him. Yes, we all got to get content. Yes, we all got to get to the bag. But come on, like have some type of dignity about yourself as a content creator. Stop letting him come and take advantage of the platform. If you ain't going to chew his tail up and tell him that he's conniving and manipulative, okay? And he's a narcissistic man. Don't let him use you up like that, okay? Somebody has to be the bigger person. And y'all just be male-identified women on here just eating it up. Just like his response, which we'll talk about that later, to Tasha K. A bunch of bull, a bunch of trying to push the blame on somebody else versus focusing on himself. It meant nothing to him. He's laughing because he honestly thinks this stuff is funny. He doesn't think this is, anything's going to come of this. He waited till he got out that side of that courtroom and started to taunt her. It's over with now. So you waited until you thought the hammer was no longer down and you went right back to your same old stuff, not even an hour out of from your plea deal. Come on, guys, this is bad. Okay, I got you, Mama B. I'm telling you, I got you. I ain't been here for a while, so y'all know my mouth. I got stuff to say, okay? It's like, girl. And for all the CCs that say, why she's still talking, this is old, and bitch are still doing ish. Yeah, thank you. Let me highlight you. I see that also a lot. Okay, why she's still talking about it? She miserable. She talking about it because he's still doing stuff. It's not like he's not doing nothing and she just keep bringing it up to have a conversation. Everybody gonna watch her anyway. But while we making money over there on TikTok, well, she making money, not me, but I just threw myself in it. But y'all know what I mean, right? While she making money, let me tell y'all what had happened the other day. This trying to jump bad, and I had to put her back into the box. Okay, that's what it is, right? So with that being said, stop acting like she's just running around here talking, having a conversation about Martell. Martell is still doing stuff. And if he pulled a pow pow out on me, I'm coming to the internet and I'm telling. Y'all won't believe. And guess what? While I'm telling y'all my business, I'm going to capitalize off that thing because ain't nothing free. What is y'all talking about exactly? What are we talking about exactly, people? Y'all cannot be these silly rabbits running around here without a mother effing beat to you, okay? Y'all have to do something different. You done lost your ability to hop because y'all so weird. And it be the females. And no, you don't have to side with the woman because you're a woman. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And clearly you can see that Martell is playing sick-minded games. And if she would have been quiet, he would have went back and did more. But the more she exposed him, and what I'm hoping that he do, because she said that she got the footage, okay? What I'm hoping that he do is keep continuing to talk. And she comes back and show that footage of him pulling that pow pow or saying that he got that pow pow. Because she said, now lie, because I got the footage. Now keep talking, because that's what narcissists do. They keep talking, thinking nobody's going to piece together the puzzle. Okay? So he's going to keep talking and she's going to come back and drop that footage because she's not gaining anything from this. Do y'all understand that? She's paying for the lawyers to keep taking him back to court. She's not gaining anything by keep taking this nigga back to court. If anything, she losing. And God's going to give it back, of course, because he honored her heart. But that's another story for another day. But what I'm saying is, come on, guys. You guys have to stop this foolishness. Okay? I don't care if I've never been in a domestic, violence situation. I will still understand as a woman first, as a mother second, as an individual third, and as a human being fourth, okay? We got to do better. Stop it. No, Melody is not God. Nobody said that. I know y'all like to put that out there. We didn't say that. But a blind man can see what they're doing to her. And every time a person with a little bit of sense gets some dignity and respect and enough courage to come forward and cheer her on, that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn these well, not my camera, but we're going to turn these devices on, and we're going to make sure we continue to advocate and cheer her on. Good for you for speaking your truth. Good for you. Because people will spin their own narrative if you've never come out and say, no, he pushed me in that closet. Now, I'm not saying he did. I'm just giving examples of some stuff, okay? No, he did punch on my arm. No, he did pull a pow pow out on me. No, that's not really what happened. The camera showed that point, but they didn't show the part where he was coming in there hauling some dang on pillows at me like he was on a football field and the pillow was the football and I had to play catch. Okay? That's the part the cameras didn't. They just showed me throwing the glass at him and Marcel holding him. But do y'all think that Marcel was holding him because he was in there trying to talk to me? Come on, 1 + 1 has always been 2. Of course he wasn't trying to talk. Now, she would have rolled over and bent their butt up in the air and let him poke her. It would have been nothing to talk about. He would have came out like, yeah, it's going to be this. She even allowed him after that to go on vacation with her and them kids. That nigga wouldn't been able to sit in my presence ever again. Okay? But the fact that she was trying, she tried with him till she couldn't try no more. Okay? And I'm mad as hell that y'all keep trying to put it on. She must still want him. She miserable. They the same people. How sway? How sway do you guys figure that? How do you figure that? She even allowed this nigga to go on a vacation free or payment free on her vacation. She paid for everything, still trying to make it work. And every time he got in front of the cameras or not, he acted like the donkey that he is. So I don't know about nobody else, but you got one time to put anything on me, your hands, a scar, anything. You see if you be able to sit next to me again. She don't have to sit down and willingly roll over and let the nigga play daddy on the screen, but ain't doing it in real life. She don't have to sit and act like they co-parenting effectively when ain't nothing happening. She don't have to do that. You silly rabbits. I heard her say that, Patricia T. And it's just one of those things like, and you know that you harassing this girl. Why would you get your bold individual self up there asking can somebody remove a contact order and you know you've been harassing her? So you could do the same thing that you've done outside that courtroom just now, harass her. And the thing is, he has no shame in his game. Because the thing is, that lady, Hannah Grace, that they was naming in the video, I don't know who she is, but God bless her. So, not that she passed, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, God bless her for being there, like as an eyewitness, for being there. Because here's the thing. Most people, when they see somebody else, they'll stop. He's so unhinged that he continued, even though he didn't know who the lady was. That blew my mind. Most people was like, nah, I ain't going to do it right here because people might start recording. He didn't even care. He continued to tell her to do things like fix your hair, fix your face, that's your boyfriend, aha. He didn't care. At this point, he had to know that people's phones was up. But that's what you call with a person that's unhinged. And y'all want her to let somebody like that sit in her space? Why? Because she made a mistake and married this dude? Why? Because she's allowed him to take advantage of her for Lord knows how long? Y'all stop playing. And if y'all want to play with y'all lives like that, y'all go ahead and do that. But don't be projecting that over there, okay? She trying to live for them kids. Now, what happens if he take this one too many far and then she ain't here no more? Because it happens every day. Oh, I know him. He ain't going to do that. Martell's not like that. How do you know? How do you know? Nobody knows nobody like that, okay? You never know what somebody's capable of. And the fact that this is lingering on for 5 years straight, that tells you just how capable he is. If I can't have you, nobody can. And if I was Arionne, I'll get the hell out of it as soon as I can. For it, girl, you owe him. As a matter of fact, you owe him for life. And he ain't going to never let you forget it. Somebody need to be grabbing your hand telling you to get your shit to death. I don't care if you got to go stay in a plastic box, okay? Or a cardboard box. Get your stuff and go. You think you flexing? Do you think you flexing? This man don't even care about his own children. Not at all. He don't care. And then he going to respond. Oh, we're going to talk about his response at 5 o'clock. That's why I ain't going to talk about it too much. But, y'all, and he gives GAY to me, okay? He definitely gives it. He's even him yelling out the car like, fix your hair, fix your face. That's stuff a girl would say. Are you really that pressed? I think you give that. You definitely give that. Okay? There is nothing manly about you. And I don't want a sissy sitting next to me as my boyfriend. Okay? No, thank you. I need a whole man, 100% man. No, thank you. It's the time and the energy. I wish my man would, okay? I wish he would. Has been drinking in Martell Kool-Aid for 5 to 6 years. Yes. Continuously. We got so much stuff to talk about, guys. We got the blogger lawsuit with Melody. We also got Martell response and what's going on right now across the internet with them. So I'll be definitely back. So make sure you guys got your notifications on because I'm gonna pop in and out. But it's just, this is bad. Stop projecting your willingness to stay in something like this, okay? Nobody has to sit and let somebody do what he's doing to her, okay? He does that. I love you not. I love you not. He throwing flowers, he taking the flowers back. Which one is it? But you know why? Because as long as she got the, given the control, he don't want it. Control. They have to have the control. And the moment that they lose their grip, they start to lose their minds. Exactly what we're seeing Martell do. Lose his mind. Okay? Y'all stop acting like something good gonna come from this. Roses are red. Welcome to the chat. I don't want to butcher your name, but welcome to Creole, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. Yeah, so it's just one of those things like, y'all, this is bad. And ain't nobody trying to let him play with them because they got kids. And one of the things, the most hurtful things you have to do in a situation like that is sit your kids down and say, your father is a mess, okay? And mommy prayed that one day he would get it together. But as of right now, mommy had to put certain things in place to not only protect you all, but to protect me. And if he do get himself together, I will open all avenues back up to him so that we can be able to effectively co-parent. But as of right now, your father is not okay. Okay? Melody is very smart. Her children is very smart. Their children is very smart. So with that being said, I'm sure she has these conversations with them because children can't always understand, why can't daddy see us? Why can't we go to daddy's house? You got to sit them down and pat them on their shoulder and say, baby, your daddy is a little crazy. And because of that, mommy has to put some things in order to make sure that we are all safe. Okay. So listen, with that being said, it's that conversation that got to be had. He is not safe right now. He's not safe right now. Okay. We don't know to what extent he will go. And it's like sleeping with the enemy part 4. Okay. I don't know how you sleep or, how you want to go to sleep with somebody like that. Who's going to sleep up under somebody that pulled the pow out on them? Is that considered love? Because no, thank you. I don't want that kind of love. You love me with a pow. I don't want it. One female CC say he threw pillows at her and it don't compare to glass. I was like, what the F? Wait a minute. Wait. I don't know who the CC is, nor do I care, but check it, right? It's the force that come along with that. We're talking, let's just play it out, roses are red, right? Check it. Fill me out, right? Listen, you got a whole house full of people, right? Your ex is in one room, you in another room, y'all trying to make the best of it because y'all working, right? And he come creeping himself into a room that he had no permission to come into. And when he got there, he may have asked for some cootie or maybe some head. I don't know. Right. And when his ex denied him that privilege and let him know we no longer sit in that space. Right. And he realized, wait a minute, she not going to bend it over for me. Wait a minute. She ain't going to slurp me up real fast. When he realized that considered to be losing his grip. And instead of him walking away from the room that he had no business in the first place, he turned around and hauled some pillows at her face or at her body, wherever he hauled them at. So whatever the hell he get, guess what? That's whatever the hell he get. Okay? Because here's the reality. You cannot hit somebody or, do something to somebody and tell them how to respond. Whatever you get, you get. Okay? So that's the thing. And listen, what if she would have had something under that pillow waiting for that nigga? Okay? Then we always be like, oh my God, what happened? Here, listen, you never know. What if she had enough? What if she was at her breaking point? What if she would have ended his life for that shit? So there is no comparison of AB. AB is AB. And whatever the hell you get is what you get. You don't tell me how to get myself out of a situation. If I got to go ahead and put my legs around your dang on neck to get you off of me, that's what the hell I'm going to do. If I got to break all your toes to get you off of me, that's what the hell I'm going to do. So we got to stop making excuses for this sour mess. This is a mess. And I'm really hurt and saddened by women making excuses for that. Don't put your hands, don't touch nobody, don't throw nothing at nobody. Talk with your words if that's what you want to do. But you don't touch me, bro. And don't hold nothing at me, bro. Because if I call the goons up and make them line up and mask up on you, what you going to do then? I bet he don't have that much energy for some men. Because most of the time, they don't got that kind of energy for men. They're a bunch of sissies. You heard me? They only want to do that to a woman because they know that they can push women around. But call up some men their sides and see if they had that same kind of hauling pillows at people energy. Or pulling pow energy. They're going to be like, man, but you ain't even listening to me, though. But you ain't even listening. No, we ain't got to listen. We past that point. I saw it too many times. And we have to stop making excuses for this mess. No excuse for that behavior. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you, listen. Man, I ain't going to never tell nobody that. I'm gonna tell you, my girls, if we ever have a real conversation on here, whether it's on my other channel or here, my girls would tell you, I'm about the realest you ever want to come across. I tell them the sour, I tell them the sweet, and I tell them the in between. Okay. And with that being said, how I respond, you do not tell me how to get to respond when you already caused me to hurt. You've already did the job. Now it's my job to finish it up. Okay. So if it's going to be a bloody massacre, that's what it's going to be. If it's going to be a little bit of blood, that's what it's going to be. But if it's going to be a crime scene, that's what the hell it's going to be. You don't get to touch me. And I got 2 deal breakers. Don't cheat on me and don't put your hands on me. And the other stuff I think we could work through. But if you cheat and put your hands on me, we already done. You don't get to come back. You don't get to go to counseling. You don't get to do none of that stuff. And you don't get to tell me how to digest that thing. Okay? I'm going to digest it how I want. And I'm going to take it as slowly as I need for it to process. Okay? To fully digest. However, it's going to sting, it's going to burn, it's going to hurt, but there is victory at the end of the tunnel because I chose me. And when you choose you, A-Beers do not like that. And what they do is they start losing their minds. And that is example of what we're seeing right now with Mr. Hope. Okay? We're seeing him lose his mind because he has lost complete control. And for a nigga like him, you have to get authorities involved. Ain't no way to put it. You have to get the police involved and document everything, record everything, because you don't know what the hell he's going to be up to next. Don't play with your life just so the internet could be like, oh, you know, she a good baby mama. Baby, I'm not that good. Don't count on me. Don't put your top dollar on me to be that good because I'm not that good. Okay? Don't. Because I'm not that baby mama, nor ex-wife. Okay? I'm not that good. And whatever the hell you get, you get. Okay? But if she has any fear, as all that God removes the fear and brings, I don't think she in fear no more. Look how long it took her to even, give us a glimpse of what he was putting her through. I got you, Creole. I'm gonna make it make sense. I'm gonna make it make sense, okay? But I'm gonna come back around 2:30, 3 o'clock because we got some other stuff to talk about with Martell and them, and then I'm gonna come back around the 5, 6 o'clock hour, okay? Listen, checkmates, I love y'all. We have hit our 1 hour mark, and I gotta go because y'all know I can't. My attention span be gone at this point, okay? I love y'all, checkmates, the long way, okay? Just hit the like button, turn your notification on, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It is a waste of your time and mine too if you are not subscribed to the channel. All right. So go ahead and do those things, and I will be back with you guys soon. I love you. All right. And don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time. Bye. Thank you, Creole. I appreciate it.